So, for our first video, we've chosen the Grimm Hotel due to its importance to our hometown, Texarkana. While we had many abandoned locations to choose from for our first video, we picked the Grimm because even as high schoolers, we entered this mesmerizing location due to our curiosity of its history. I want to note that much of its history is accounted for through personal interviews that Brian and I have done or read through the locals of our hometown, so some information may not be exact, but we aim to make sure that most of it is. The Grimm Hotel was completed in 1925 with a cost of around $600,000. It's named after William Rhodes Grimm, who was an avid business owner and banker in Texarkana. He served as the president of the Louisiana and Arkansas Railroad, as well as being a director for the Kansas City Railroad at one point as well. William had plans to open a grand hotel within Texarkana before his passing in January 1924. Several investors and leaders within Texarkana decided to further his project and open the Grimm Hotel in his honor. The hotel consists of 8 floors and 250 rooms with a layout that resembles a V shape. With roughly 103,000 square feet, the Grimm was once the tallest building in Texarkana. The hotel had gold, ivory, and marble finishes all across the lobby of the hotel. This beautiful monument was designed by George Mon and Eugene Stern. The first floor contains a cafe, the Texarkana famous Palm Court, as well as a primary dining area with a skylight. The Grimm also contained its own barbershop, pharmacy, beauty parlor, and at one point even a radio station. In July of 1925, the Grimm opened its doors to guests. Entirely selling out on opening day, they even had to reject a long list of people awaiting its premiere. Notable people such as the governors of Texas and Louisiana were sent invitations. People from all around came to attend this historical night. It was once said that Bonnie and Clyde had made a stop at the Grimm Hotel. Bonnie had come into the Grimm for a sandwich while Clyde and their partner Henry Medvin waited on the outside watching for bounty hunters and police. Clyde had gotten a bit tense due to sitting in one location for too long and sent Henry in to fetch her. Henry sat down to read a newspaper while waiting for the opportunity to make eye contact with Bonnie. She then realized it was time to go. While this story has no documented proof of such an event, it was accounted for by a hotel employee that had recognized Bonnie from a newspaper article. The Grimm operated for roughly 70 years and eventually closed on October 20th, 1990. The hotel had become more of an apartment as they combined rooms for larger space and rented them out. In desperate need for a remodel, the funds just weren't there because of Texarkana's downtown area degrading fast. Businesses had started moving closer to the Texas side of Texarkana, which ultimately led to the downfall of many businesses within the downtown area. Thankfully, the downtown area of Texarkana is finally getting some attention. While some buildings remain untouched, there are plans for a few, including the Grimm. A $1.5 million assistance loan was granted by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development to begin remodeling the Grimm. Of course, by the video, you can tell it'll require what contractors call a complete tear-out, meaning very little of the hotel will remain the same due to how bad off it's gotten since its abandonment in the early 90s. Based on what we can see, we imagine the lobby and the palm court area will remain, given it's the only part of the building that's truly salvageable. The current development plan consists of a 96-room floor plan with the idea that it will become a new housing option for the residents of Texarkana. I can't wait to see what it will look like after it's finished. From what we've heard, the remodel will begin in February of 2019, though there's been many proposals in the past that have fallen through. Ross Perot, who remodeled the Perot Theater in downtown Texarkana, was selecting buildings to remodel and was advised not to due to the poor conditions inside the Grimm. We believe this is the Grimm's time to shine once more. It's due to be ready to rent sometime by 2020. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We have footage for just about all of 2019 and we'll be uploading and covering historical sites all across the United States. We have a long ways to go, but the idea is to keep this as professional as possible while offering accurate information on locations if available. There's no direct pattern. Some locations we picked solely due to its history and some we've picked due to our own personal curiosity within the site. We appreciate your time and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. As always, stay safe, guys.